sorry for a long time in coming back to you, but Mark's been very busy researching, haven't you?
I'm busy doing the car as well.
Yes, that's all ready now for Spain. Just got to have an MOT and a new windscreen. And that's it. Got your passport, didn't you?
Got my passport, yeah, and I must say it came through within a week.
Very, very quick. So, so today, as promised, we're going to let you know everything you need to know about driving or towing your motorhome or caravan down through France and Spain. Now, we did it last year, first time ever, and even since we did it, there have been some changes, haven't there?
There has been, yes.
And if you want to avoid a €135 fine, and they will fine you, you know, it's worth really doing a little bit of homework, because you really don't want that eating away in your budget of having to pay fines all the way down. So before we start, we've got some fantastic news. People have offered to join our convoy, haven't they?
Yes, well, the little convoy.
Well, they've asked if they could come along. They've booked the same ferry, haven't they?
They have, yeah.
And a lady called Pam and her partner Russell are joining us down in Los Llanos, as well as travelling down there with us. So we've got the Gypsy Souls and friends on tour, haven't we?
We have.
So we're really excited for you all to be joining us, and that's Pam and Russell from Sidmouth, and Mark, Joanne and Drift the collie. We'll see you in December at Poole Harbour, won't we?
We will.
So do expect a lot of fun. I've already said they're going to be on camera, so they better get practicing in the mirror. And you can sit back from Boxing Day onwards and come along with us and see how we get on. We will be filming lots and lots and lots, everything, all the mistakes, all the errors, because I'm sure there'll be loads.
There will be loads.
But this isn't a BBC production, this is real life as it happens. Oh, we don't mind if you laugh at us, do we?
No.
So good luck to them. Also, a little mention and a fantastic amount of good luck goes to a lady called Freedom on the Road. Oh, sorry, no, Freedom of the Open Road. She's travelling solo. She's down in the Mediterranean at the moment with her dogs, Merlin, Troy and her cat Jasper. She's in a red LDV called Poppy, and she's towing a caravan. And I looked on her personal blog on Facebook, and she's even put an awning up on her own.
Yeah.
I mean, fair play to her. She has a fantastic story. Total inspiration. I'm not going to tell you what it is, but if you want to go and have a look at her blog, I really recommend it. And we're really hoping to meet up with her.
Yes, you said you would, yeah.
What an inspiration she really is. Another big mention, before I let Mark waffle on, is Steve, Wendy and Pippin. We really hope to meet you down in Spain. You're down in Benicassim in December, which is where we were last December, wasn't it?
And if you don't know who they are, they're the Happy Travellers.
And they are the reason we're stood here now. It was purely because of them that we decided to do this. Well, I decided and told Mark.
I tagged along.
Yeah. So because of them, you're watching us now. So if you haven't subscribed to the Happy Travellers, oh, they're amazing, aren't they? Steve just cracks me up, he really does. So, without further ado, we're going to get on with what we're here to do. Over to you.
Well then, so that's over with that waffle. Now
Shut up. Where's your beer?
Yeah, I haven't got it yet.
Oh, blimey.
Okay then, what we're going to start on, which has been asked for me to mention, is marker boards in Spain.
That was from Barbie, over in Ireland.
And she's over in Ireland. They recently took their caravan for a service, and they were told that having marker boards on their caravan in the UK is not legal. Now, I've been reading up on this, and basically, to display a marker board on your unit or your vehicle, it needs to be over 7.5 tons. So if you've got them on your caravan, you need to remove them. But it doesn't mention anything about a fine, anything about being illegal, or anything about covering up. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to cover mine up when I travel from Dartmouth to Poole.
And we're going to do that with white laminate and just stick it over the top.
Just stick it over the top. I got some white thin laminate board over in the storage yard here, and we're going to stick that over the top of them, so they can't pull us over and say, "Excuse me, can you remove your boards?" But that is the
they
UK.
Probably will still.
In France, they are legal if, to display that is, if your caravan and car is a total of 3.5 tons. So if you're over that weight limit, you can legally display them.
What about length?
Doesn't matter about length,
Okay.
it's about weight. Everything about France is about weight. So in Spain, you need to be 12 meters or over with your total unit, and you need to display the marker boards.
And you all know what they are. They're the reflective boards that we've got on the back of our van, which you've probably seen along with our new graphic in the last video.
Basically, best thing to do is Google marker boards on caravans in Spain, and it gives you all the information about them. Okay, I've got my laptop here and I've got my notes on here, so I'll be looking at it now and then. So I try and be a professional newsreader, but I'm not one. Okay, right. Another thing is about warning triangles. In Spain, you need to carry 2 if you are a resident, but I have read elsewhere that you need to carry 2 regardless, and they need to be spaced from the rear of your vehicle 50 meters and 150 meters away. So if you break down the motorway, make sure that you've got your triangles, but also make sure you've got fluorescent jackets or vests. Now, if a policeman stops you, before you even set foot out the car, make sure you slip on the vest or the jacket, because they can fine you for being on the carriageway with no jacket.
And they will try and trick you, so we've heard. So make sure before you step that foot onto that path, road, whatever it may be, get that fluorescent jacket on, pop it over the back of your seat. And you do need a fluorescent jacket for every person travelling in your car. So if you're going to go, there's 2 of you going down to Spain, you meet up with some friends, like hopefully we will be doing,
Yeah.
and they get in your car, they must have a yellow jacket. So ours is a 7-seater car. So although we're never going to travel and have
Not with
7
7,
seaters,
no.
we've got 5. And even Summer has one, because, at the end of the day, I want people to see her. If we've got to stand on the side of the road because we've broken down, Summer has got a little high-vis jacket as well. Haven't you, darling? Yes.
Okay, right, next thing is bulb kits. They are no longer compulsory, but all I can say is it's worth buying a set of bulbs for yourself. Now, the bulbs that you buy in
Sorry, the dog
Holford's,
just jumped.
yeah, the bulbs that you buy in Holford's and places like that don't necessarily contain all the bulbs for your car. So what I did is I did some research from the owner's manual of my car and bought in bulk off eBay all the bulbs. Now, this is except for the xenon headlights, because I believe they are long life. But this year I am going to take a spare set, because I've heard horror stories about having them replaced by main dealerships. They can charge anything from £80 upwards to change a xenon bulb for you. Now, these bulbs are readily available on eBay, and they come in pairs normally, because what they've got is called the colour temperature. So you've got to match your front headlights with the colours. So if you buy one, make sure it's the correct colour to your existing lights you have got.
And make sure you know how to fit them, because if your bulb goes, although it's not compulsory to carry a spare bulb, if you then go on down the motorway for another hour and they catch you, €135, thank you very much. So it is always not even because it's compulsory, but do it for your own safety as well, and your pocket, because you don't want that fine. So if you're not sure how to change a light bulb, which I wouldn't have a clue, do read up about it.
Yeah,
could
look it
save
up
you
online.
pounds.
It even tells you how to change xenons online. And if you are doing that, always remove the battery negative, because the voltages are very high within the unit of the xenon setup. Carrying on with that, also carry spare bulbs for your caravan. Same applies. If it gets knocked out, they're going to stop you. So do a research on your caravan. Make sure you've got the right sets of bulbs. Many of them are fitted with LEDs nowadays, but a lot of them are still bulbs, and 9 times out of 10 it's usually the same ones you put in your car.
And that applies to motorhomes. If there's any of you watching, it really is worth looking up to know how to do that. Again, saves your pocket, and you're spending money, and more money for beer.
It is. Okay, right then, also carry your vehicle documentation. Basically, you will need
Da-da.
your vehicle of insurance, or your certificate of motor insurance. I got that bit wrong.
You did.
Also,
I should be doing this.
you should be doing this, yes. Your V5.
Oh, we don't want our address in it. There we go. Ta-da!
And also it states on the covering letter of your CRIS certificate.
Do motorhomes get one of those?
They've got their own registration document.
Okay.
Your CRIS certificate, it states in the cover letter that if you are travelling abroad, you need to carry this certificate to prove that you are the owner of the caravan.
We didn't know that until
We didn't know that.
We went through our documents and it says on there you must carry this when you're travelling abroad.
But not in your caravan.
But don't leave it in your caravan because somebody nicks it. Well, hey ho, that's it, isn't it?
That's it. Okay, so that's that bit over. Right, okay. Next thing I've read up about is tyre laws in Spain. Basically, you may know this, it may be common knowledge, but I'm going to mention it. You need a matching pair of tyres on each axle, which means it's the make, size and model of the tyre on each axle. The pair has got to be the same. Also, tread depths. They need to be similar. If you've got one side which you replace new with 7mm on and the other side with 3mm on, they can pull you up on this. And
I thought you had to have matching tyres in the UK anyway on the front.
No.
Don't you?
No. You can have all tyres in the UK. So in Spain they do specify you have matching pairs. But this doesn't include emergency spare wheels. If you obviously you've had a puncture and you've got an emergency spare wheel, you fit that. Then you go to the nearest garage and you fit a matching tyre, or you've got to buy a pair for the axle.
Can I just mention as well, obviously we are campsite wardens, as you all know, we see a lot of caravans. Now I didn't know this and you had to explain. Twin axles run on car tyres.
Commonly, yes, but I have seen something different recently, but go on.
And then single axle caravans run on
Commercial tyres.
Commercial tyres. Did you know that? I didn't know that. You knew that.
Yeah.
What have you seen then?
On going to the caravan centre recently, I was looking at the Adrias, the big 8.25 metre caravans.
One of those.
And they are single axles. They are running with car tyres. But the twin axle had commercial tyres. So it doesn't make sense whether the caravan centre got it wrong, but these were brand new vans.
And we didn't think to ask. You did like that, Adria, didn't you?
I did.
We're
8
not
foot
having
wide
one.
as well.
We're not having
Okay, right, next up. We have got about...
Do you want a beer?
No,
Oh.
later.
What?
After.
Oh.
Okay, I've got a thing about breakdowns on French motorways. That is the toll roads and French motorways.
This came up on some of the Facebook forums that we're on. I think it's European Caravan and Campers forum. This has happened quite a lot to campers over the summer, so we thought it might be worth mentioning because we didn't know either, did we?
No. Okay, if you break down on a French motorway, you need to use the orange phone at the roadside, which is spaced out every 2 kilometres. Or you can ring 112 from your mobile. Now what you need to do is you tell them that you are broken down and you need to tell them the motorway, location and direction of travel.
Which is what you'll have on your sat-nav if you use one, although how you do it without it, I don't know.
Yeah. They will then send an approved to the French government and the French Autoroutes company a breakdown vehicle.
Sit down, stay.
Now, if they can repair it at the roadside within 30 minutes, they will charge you, I think, I will look this up quickly, if it's between 8 AM in the morning and 6 PM at night, Monday to Friday, they will charge you €123.90. If it's that is if your vehicle weighs up to 1.8 tons. It's very complicated. All I can say is this is an example. If I broke down with the caravan on the French autoroute and it was a Saturday, I would be expected to pay €229.82.
And that would hurt, wouldn't it?
That would hurt. breaking down on a Saturday. And that also applies if you break down after 6 p.m. at night. So if you're travelling through the night, bear this in mind, it costs more if you break down.
God. And even if you've got an English breakdown service, you've still got to pay that in cash, we heard, and then you reimburse it or reclaim it from your breakdown cover. Don't we? We haven't looked at our policy. We are insured with Liverpool Victoria. They were by far the best value out of all of the insurances that I tried. And you know, I used to be insurance, so I was quite hot on what I wanted. They were brilliant, weren't they?
Yeah.
And they have
Britannia
Rescue, which was fantastic value for money, wasn't it?
Yeah,
Do also make sure as well, because we failed with this, didn't we, that your breakdown cover covers you for the length of your caravan. We were insured with Green Flag for a couple of years before we realised they didn't cover
up to 7 metres your caravan.
only covered up to 7 metre, and ours obviously is 8 metres. So goodness knows what would have happened if we'd broke down then. We didn't read it properly. So there, always read the small print.
Going back to the charges, these are set by the French government, and that is what the agreed price is. I say, look it up. It's under the Autoroutes website
you want to speak,
on the internet, and it gives you a table of all the charges which are incurred. Now, basically, what they will do is they will tow you to a local garage, which is probably their garage, and the rates they charge you is the rates they set. Now, as far as I understand with the RAC, they've got an agreement where if you're towed off, you can meet them and they'll assist you afterwards. Any charges which are incurred, keep the receipt and you can claim it back from your insured breakdown cover company. They will pay you up the recovery charge and anything up to 13 minutes work.
What a load of old poo, isn't it, really?
Yeah.
I mean, the moral of the story is, make sure your vehicle and your caravan is as mechanically sound as you can get it, which is certainly what Mark's been doing for the past few weeks. We've had new brakes, new discs, new ball joints, and then the exhaust will probably fall off. So
And add an oil change as well.
And a service.
All the service.
And then we've got to do all of that to the caravan.
Yeah.
Well,
we got to just inspect the caravan.
Yes, because Mark does that. We don't pay to have it serviced.
Okay, in Spain, going back to breakdown cover, they are a bit more lax. Basically, they allow your breakdown recovery company to organise a recovery vehicle and arrange to take it to a garage so you can have it fixed, repaired, so you've got to pay for parts and labour. Okay, moving on. Now, this is a bit of a bugbear of mine because I see it throughout the holiday season in the arrivals bay of this campsite, and that is vehicles turning up with headlight conversion stickers still on. So what they're doing, they're going down these country lanes and they're blinding people. Now in Europe, you need to apply a sticker which is commonly known as a Euro light, and it converts your beam to travel in the other direction so you don't dazzle other drivers. As soon as you get back to the UK, can you remove them please, because they do blind you. There are some cars which you can actually convert the headlight direction by switching the bulbs round. If you look at your owner's manual, it will tell you all about it.
What about motorhomes?
Motorhomes will be the same. If they're converted for left and right hand drive, they need to change the direction of the beam.
Right, okay.
Okay.
Is that everything? What about your speed limits? Do remember as well, speed cameras in France and Spain are hidden, and they look like little white boxes on the side
Grey
of the road.
boxes.
I thought they were white.
They're grey as well.
Oh, okay. So just stick to the speed limit unless you want a nice big fine, isn't it? They're not painted bright yellow like they are here. You can't hardly see them, can you?
Oh, just another thing I forgot to mention is about the Crit Air sticker.
Oh, we have ours, don't we?
Yeah, we got ours. We got ours through. It was about a week. I think it cost about £3.50 or something silly like that. And basically, even though you may not plan to go into any of the cities in France, which is an environmental zone, if you're on an autoroute and it's closed and they direct you through a city, you can be fined up to £120
or euros?
No, it's in roughly in pounds. I haven't looked about the euros. They basically will fine you for not displaying a sticker on your windscreen to say what class your vehicle is for emissions.
So don't let it eat into your holiday money. Go and get a sticker for, what did you say it was?
It's about $3.50 or something like that.
Yeah, absolutely. Because you just don't know. If you're diverted, you end up going through it. It's not worth the hassle, is it?
It's a bit of a fuss to apply for it because you've got to scan in your V5. Now, with your scanner, you will have some editing software, so you're going to have to lower what they call the DPI, and it reduces the size of it basically because they are set by size limits on the website.
Or, if you haven't got a clue what it's talking about, like I haven't, get your friend to do it, who knows.
Right, I think that's about it. I'll have a quick scan through the...
Another thing I'm going to mention, and I'm really just thinking of all the things that we had to think about when we went last year. Do remember, go on back to, I think when we're on the beach. I think it's about third or fourth video, right way back, and listen to our story about unmanned petrol stations. Do be aware that they take €100 out of your account before you've even started putting petrol in, and then they'll refund it. Because we travelled between Christmas and New Year, it was 2 weeks before we got our money back.
Yeah.
Sadly, we used a debit card which was linked to our bank, which had direct debits coming out, and had we not noticed it, they would have all bounced because we had no idea that is how French unmanned service stations work.
I'll just correct that bit there.
Have I said
It's
it wrong?
up to €100. If you've got £88 in there, they'll take the £88.
Oh right, but we had no idea. We were in a mad panic. It caused a lot of stress. We rang up our banks, and apparently it's common, isn't it? But they don't do it in Spain. Good old Spain.
Oh, just another thing to point out. It's on French A and B roads, which are known as N and D roads. The speed limit since the mid of this year has been reduced to 80 kilometers per hour, which is roughly 50 miles an hour. So it doesn't apply to us towing because we reduce our speeds anyway because of the weight. But if you're going solo, be aware of the speed limits. And I have also read that they haven't changed all the speed limit signs yet. So be aware of that.
Yes, and if you can't remember all of this, or especially the speed limits, because I can't remember it now, put a post-it on your dashboard, isn't it?
Or update your sat-nav, because basically they put your maximum speed on there, and also it'll show you what you're doing at the time.
And also, you can't put your, what is it on the
speed camera alerts
on in France.
That's common knowledge.
Oh, is it?
Yes.
Oh, you get fined, so you don't put that on there.
But how they can prove you're using it, I don't know.
Well, they can. They will. If they can get money out of it, they will. So, I think that's it, isn't it?
I think that's it for
today.
today.
I hope we haven't scared you. It really isn't as bad as all of that. If you were coming to England, there's probably a list as long as you're on. We'll just say this is the information that we found out from the French government website and also the Caravan and Camping Club website.
Caravan, and we also use RAC in places like that.
Yes, so the information has come from there. Hopefully it's all correct. So, to Mark, Joanne and Drift, Pam Russell and their two Chihoo-hoos. I've no idea if that's right.
It's Chihuahuas.
No, I don't. Is that what it is? Is it? Oh, right, okay. Okay, well, the
Nightmare.
two Chihuahuas that are coming with us, do make sure that you take heed to what we've said. We'll see you at the ferry terminal on the 27th of December down in Poole. We'll be arriving about 5-ish.
I don't know.
Yes, you do know.
I don't know.
Yes, you do. He
Right.
does know. He just does as he's told. So we'll see you there. Wendy, Steve and Pippin, hope to meet you at some point. And the lady, Freedom of the Road, Freedom of the Open Road, we really hope we get to have a beer with you because I just want to talk to you about your story. It's fantastic. So, we'll see you again very soon. Don't forget to tune in. We'll be doing some more updates very shortly, won't we?
Yes, we will, Sonia.
Hope you like it. It hasn't been too long for you. We will see you again. Bye-bye from Summer. Here she is. Gate and Hobby, we miss you too. Just got your little pop-up there on our computer as we're filming this. And that's it, isn't it?
That's it.
See you again soon.
Bye-bye.